Alright, so this video is going to be a little bit of rambling and random stuff. First of all, paper bags, I don't know what to do with them. I feel really bad throwing them away or sending them to the landfill. I guess maybe they could be recycled, but they just seem like they serve a better purpose. I do use them for random stuff. Usually if I'm painting something, I'll use it to mask off or cover the floor. I've used it for templates, stuff like that, but I got bags of bags. So that's, I don't know. I got to figure out better use of them. Maybe someone at school can use them for something. The other thing is shortcuts usually don't pay off. So I was backing the trailer out with the lawnmower, and I wound the jack up until it hit the quick pin where you can pull the pin in and slide it up. And I was like, I don't want to have to do that. Like, it should be fine. Well, it wasn't. What happened was, once the lawnmower came off this little lip here from the garage, the jack was dragging, so I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But then I tried to straighten the trailer out, so I went forward, and what I did was actually bent the jack plate here that mounts to the trailer. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's bent. You can see on the other side there you go, the paint is cracked. So I'm assuming I can just straighten that out in the vise. So it actually made more work for myself, which is good, because I obviously don't have enough irons in the fire right now. And I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get done over the summer here now. I picked up a full-time plus overtime summer job driving truck. So that's going to keep me pretty busy, besides mowing some grass down for the town once a week, which is about a 3.5 hour lawn cutting job. So, and then, there's one other thing I was going to show you on the trailer that's annoying. Alright, so these ready rail tie-down points here, it's a really ingenious idea from PJ Trailer. I mean, it's great. The poor part about it, and I think they know, is that this keeper here is pretty much useless. And you can see here, I've already had one come out, but this is almost out. Oh, there it is. Now it's popped out. So you can guess what happens if you hit a few bumps. These things rattle loose, or you end up losing them. There, see? So this here, that's useless. I wouldn't even mess with that. If you end up getting a trailer with those tie downs like that, get yourself one of these. So either a hitch pin, or you probably could get a smaller linch pin set up, and that would work as well. I get the idea behind this is that you don't lose your pin that you're putting through here, but that could easily be rectified with some sort of chain or string or something. So that's the way I'm going to do it from now on. These have much less chance of popping out. Like this here, this will just fall apart. It's a good idea in principle, but in actual application it doesn't work so well. So if you do have that, I would definitely suggest getting some hitch pins, or like I said, the linch pin that goes through and then snaps, kind of like what you use on a 3-point setup. I might go with those too, because I like those. The other thing that I was going to mention that bothers me is that I can't have in any of the videos I shoot, can't have the radio playing, because apparently that's some sort of copyright violation that I'm making money off of it. I think there was one video I had where you could barely make out the song because I was talking and it wasn't on very loud. It was a Dire Straits tune, and I ended up with a copyright notice. So they, I don't know if they shut the sound down or what did they do? They did something with the video, and that just baffles me, because it's on the radio. It's not like some of these guys that just upload the tune from their record or whatever and then have it as a playlist. Like, I don't quite understand that. I do understand there's some sort of royalty that should be paid, but it's not like I'm using the music to make the video better. It's just, that's how I do most of my projects. So whenever you see me do a project, I'm like constantly turning the radio on and off, or I just don't make a video about it because I just don't want to take the time. So yeah, like I said, this is going to be kind of a random rambling type video today. Let me get this jack fixed here. Alright, so the other thing I'm doing here is moving this. So I had the generator tucked out in front of the car here, and I got a bunch of stuff just so that the shop area is a little bit cleaner, so I got more of an area. And yeah, so the other night we lost power around 10 o'clock and it didn't come on till about 4 a.m. And I was thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have to come out here and back the car out, move this around to the house garage so that I could have power so we can make coffee and breakfast and that type of thing and have some lights. But luckily the power came on before we got rolling. So I'm moving this to the other side of the shed so it's a little bit easier in case we do lose power here. Alright, so some of the other things I gotta get done here too. Fertilizer spikes. I need to get those into the ground here. Hopefully the rain holds off so I can finish trimming and cutting the lawn here. And then also, I got some weed issues here. I haven't sprayed the lawn in a couple years. Not so much for dandelions, but I got like this, I don't know if it's creeping Jenny or creeping Charlie. It's like a, I don't know, it looks like a lawn ivy almost. So I bought this stuff. I don't know if that's gonna do the trick or not. It says it's supposed to take care of it. This doesn't. This won't even touch that stuff. This does a good job though with dandelions. So I brought a sprayer yesterday, and I don't know, I guess I'm going to do that before work one morning. I'll have to get up around 4 or a little bit before 4 and then spray the lawn. I don't think today is a good idea because the wind's supposed to pick up and then it's supposed to rain or chance of rain, so I really want this stuff to set in. Alright, so just when you thought it was done, so the gutter here is obviously clogged with arborvitae leaves. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but I had these things on, these gutter guards. These things are pretty much useless, as you can see, because it just fills up anyway. Ew, that doesn't look real good. These don't look too hot too. Looks like there's some spots where they're getting down. Good thing there's 2 layers of shingles on the house, and an owner that really is not going to do anything with it until he absolutely has to. So, and you can see down there too, if I zoom in, over the winter I cleaned out some of the gutters. Quite a bit of stones that have come off the shingles. There you go. Yeah. So, I don't know, I want to say that these shingles were put on probably 90s, I would say. So, and the shingles underneath here, these white ones, those would have been put on in 68. So it's good, at least there's 2 layers of shingles on the house, so it'll take a bit before it starts leaking. So yeah, I'm gonna hit the gutters here and get this cleaned up, because this isn't gonna work, especially during this spring with all the rain. Okay, so I swear this tree slash bush, whatever this thing is, I transplanted this a while ago. I have no idea, and I swear this wasn't on here yesterday, but there's all sorts of weird orange things on here. And I don't know if it's like infected with something, or if that's just what the tree does. I have no idea, but that's what it looks like. Kids don't even want to stand next to it. The whole tree though is covered with it, so it's kind of odd. There's another nice one right there. Look at that. Like, what the heck is that? I have no idea. And I don't recall this tree ever doing this before. There's another one right there. I don't know, but you can see the whole tree is just covered in these orange things. So, and I don't know what this is. I transplanted this a while ago. Oh, probably 5 or 6 years ago, because it was in a stupid spot, so I moved it more towards the property line. So, yeah, odd.